I think I am live. Live from Tennessee. And hopefully everything is set up okay. If you are watching this back in the future, thank you for stopping by. As always, please give a few moments to get the ball rolling here. Hopefully the notifications are going out okay. I think it's working. All right. Yes, we are good to go. Hey, Christian, how's it going? Hey, Teresa. Thank you for posting in the chat. Looks like everything is working. And I'm just going to hang out here for a few minutes and wait for some people to get in. How's it going, bud? How's it going, Dizzy? We're going to have a fun live stream tonight, I hope. And some updates as well. I figured instead of shooting a normal video, we just come on here and get it all taken care of in one go. And we got a lot of cool stuff here tonight. And I'm going to be going through this jar of jewelry that I purchased live. I bought it completely sealed. And we'll get into that in a little bit. But we're going to be doing some cool stuff. And I got a lot of news. Piedmont Artifacts, B3, Jefferson, Dennis, David, Diggin' Dave, what's going on? Good to see you here. I pop into your videos on occasion. I'm just not the type of person that always comments, but I do pop into your channel once in a while. It's good to see you here. I hope you've been finding some goodies lately. All right, cool. We got 31 people here already. That is awesome. Haven't live streamed in a while. And probably give it a couple more minutes, and then we'll start into the content of the stream, the updates, etc. Papa Giorgio, good to see you. Yeah, Dave, it is a grind with coins. I've got some, on my end, I've got some bad news regarding coins that I'll kind of go into here in a little bit. But yeah, I'm thankful I found that silver collection recently in that video I put up, because without that, it would have been really dry lately. I'm going to go over some of that in the stream with what's actually happening in my area, and probably in some other areas too. There's been some developments in the coin roll hunting scene. That was very kind of you, David. He's got some good videos. Give him a look. Angela, how's it going? All right. So I guess since, man, it's been so long since I've streamed. So I'm going to go back to what I used to do. So anyone who makes a super chat of any amount can either choose between a sticky on the wall or a slam dunk. And I just can't promise the stickies will stay up indefinitely, but I'll try to leave them up there for quite a while. Because I know I've said this like 2 to 3 years ago, but I do eventually intend to get this room painted. Hey, James, how's it going? Also, too, if anyone would like to consider, there is no pressure at all. This is completely voluntary, and I appreciate you all either way. But I did change my YouTube memberships. So if you would like to become a member of the channel, I made it accessible for the cheapest subscription price possible allowed by YouTube, which I believe is 99 cents. I made a 99-cent tier because I felt like I didn't want to discriminate against anybody who, say, maybe couldn't afford, $5 or $6 a month. So I made my YouTube memberships accessible for the lowest possible price that you're allowed to charge. And YouTube takes like 20 or 30%. So I end up with like 70 cents a month if you sign up. Like I said, if you can't, no problem at all. At the 99-cent level, you basically just get an avatar that's alongside your comments on the channel and in the live streams, which right now is a diamond. I think it looks pretty cool. So I just figured I'd throw that out there as well. And yeah, so that's just the basics. All right. So I guess I'll start going over some of the developments here. I'll start with what's going on. We'll just go over all the hobbies I got going on right now to let everybody know what kind of content to expect on the channel in the future. And it will tie in with some of the stuff I got going on too. So firstly, good to see you, AAP. No, Dave, that's not it. So, okay, I'll go into it while Dave's here too. So let's start back a little bit. The United States Mint are starting to put out $half for circulation again. So they've been starting to increase the mintages over the last few years. Now, I don't want to go deeply into why they're doing this because I don't have any proof, and I honestly can't say conclusively why they're doing that. It doesn't make any sense why they're trying to bring back 50-cent pieces. I doubt they're thinking long-term and saying, oh, okay, inflation is going to eat up the penny, maybe the nickel. We need to start minting higher denomination coins. I don't think that's the fact. I actually have a theory. And like I said, this could be wrong, but I think so many coin roll hunters across the nation are ordering $half boxes that it has created a false demand. And I think that the paper pushers actually think that they're circulating. I've thought about this for a while. Why all of a sudden they want to mint millions of more $half? I think coin roll hunters created an artificial demand, and perhaps our government maybe is stupid enough to actually think that they're circulating throughout the economy rather than somebody getting them from one bank and taking them back to another one. So needless to say, I ordered 6 $half boxes from 2 different banks, except it's the same bank, just a different branch. And all of my boxes currently in my area that are Brinks, by the way, sealed Brinks boxes, not customer wrapped re-rolls or anything else. These aren't sitting in the vault. These are all of the boxes in my area right now are sealed, completely uncirculated 2023 rolls. Why? Why are they doing this? That's my theory. I actually think coin roll hunters, because we can go through tons of volumes of coins. I mean, it's like a business. If I can go through 2 boxes of $half a week and people are doing that all over the country, maybe it created artificial demand. So unfortunately, for people who are in areas that this is affecting, there is going to be a ton of modern Kennedy $half funneled into circulation now, which is going to make it increasingly harder to find old coins. Unfortunately, like I said, in my area, they are all sealed brand new rolls of 2023s right now. My last pickup was $3,000 of sealed 2023 $half. So of course, I'll probably put a few rolls aside, maybe, to sell as collector's value, just sealed rolls of 2023. But of course, there's no sense of opening them. So I've actually taken most of them back to the bank. And like I said, I'm going to keep like 1 box just in case maybe it's worth something in the future. Probably not, because the mintages are going up. But if anybody's interested in some 2023 $half too, maybe I can hook you up. So that's one of the things. Coin roll hunting right now. Also, it probably has something to do with Brinks. I don't know what's going on. Also, here's I think what happened too. This is part of this may have to play in with the theory too. We had that massive coin shortage going on around 2020, and maybe they overcompensated. That's possible too, but why $half? That's why I think the coin roll hunting actually comes into play. I think there was a false sense of demand for those. Because recently I also picked up, well, I mentioned previously in one of my streams, not in a stream, in a live video, I ordered a box of pennies to hunt, and I got brand new 2023s also from Brinks. So Brinks in my areas right now is pumping out brand new sealed boxes of 2023 coins, pennies and half dollars. And of course, then that was what led to the silver collection I purchased. I swapped, my one bank was nice enough to let me swap the sealed penny box for another penny box. And that's when I got that box that was 100% copper pennies, which was awesome. And then that's when I picked up that collection that had over 40 silver half dollars in it. So at least there was a little bit of a silver lining to my story here of having a hard time coin roll hunting right now, because it led me to a really awesome collection. But as far as, I was going to start live streaming about 2 weeks ago of me going through either penny rolls or half dollar rolls, but all of the coins I've tried to order recently have all been brand new, and there's no sense going through them. So that's an update on the coin roll hunting. Until that gets resolved in my area and some older coins start floating around again, there's really no sense for me trying to pick up coins. So I'm probably going to wait another couple weeks before I try another box, because it's a lot of hassle to order a box from my bank and then just have to take it back to another bank. So that's an update on that. And I'll pop into the chat here for a minute. Yes, Dave, it is true, especially with coin collecting getting a lot more popular on YouTube. Since it's a very easily accessible hobby, it's a lot easier to do than like metal detecting and stuff like that. I think the coin community is growing faster than, we'll call it, traditional treasure hunting. I think, like I said, because it's more accessible. So yes, a lot more people online are getting into roll hunting. And I think that has caused there to be a bit more demand from the banks. Of course, it's not a massive hobby. Not everybody's doing it, but I think it's getting big enough to the point where it's making some waves. Let's put it that way. Silver has been difficult this year. I find more silver in dimes, honestly. That's interesting. Yeah, I know dimes are, I mean, man, dimes are tough. I don't like looking through them just because they're so small. It makes your eyes bug out. But yeah, that's interesting. The dimes have been better for you. Yeah, I mean, the half dollars have definitely gotten quite competitive. And now I fear with this flooding of new coins, it's going to make it a little bit harder. But hey, honestly, the fact that we can still find silver in the year 2023 going into 2024 now, it's still pretty awesome. So I guess we don't have anything to complain about. If we're still finding silver in 2024 and coin rolls, that's pretty impressive considering how long they've been out of circulation. I'm honestly like waiting, like when are they going to stop minting the penny? Like it's got to stop eventually. Canada jumped off the bandwagon in 2015. Like the US can't make the penny forever. Eventually they're going to do away with the penny. I'm just like waiting for that to happen. Hey, Jack, how's it going? All right. So once again, for anybody coming in, super chat of any amount, you get a slam dunk or a sticky. And I'll start the subscriber of the month thing again. I still have my old Kmart display where I can put the name of the person for the subscriber of the month, which that's hilarious. It's the 30th of the month. So you get to be subscriber of the month for 2 days, and then we'll roll it over for 2024. All right. So update number 2. And if anybody wants to, if not, no big deal. I just like to make sure I have everything set up right. If somebody wants to send a 99-cent super chat just to make sure everything is working, it's been so long since I've streamed. I was trying to go through the settings and make sure this was all cool. And I'm assuming the audio is good because everybody's talking to me, so it has to be at least decent. So next part of the update, and I'm kind of excited about this. This has turned out quite well. I'm glad I've done this. Has helped give me some motivation. But I did open up a booth at an antique store recently, kind of like an antique variety, whatever you want to call it, like a variety place where people can set up booths. But there's other stuff other than antiques. There's like vintage and some modern stuff and some crafty stuff. But it's at a place you can come visit my booth anytime if anybody's in the area. It is in a place in Bristol, Tennessee called The Village Antiques. I will type it into the chat here. Okay, so I put it in the chat. I don't have a sign up at my booth yet that shows you which booth is mine. So if you walk in the store, you immediately hang a left, go to the far aisle on the left. So you're in the far aisle on the left when you walk in, and then once you start going down the aisle on the far left, I'm the second one on the right. You'll know because all of the stickers on all of the prices on my items say JDVC. That is my vendor code. That's how they identify when you buy something. You have to credit, the vendor has to get credited. So everybody has a vendor code that they have to write on their stickers or their tags. And I don't have any gift tags yet to write the stuff on, so I'm using like removable labels. And my vendor code is JDVC. And it's been open for about 2 weeks now, and I have it pretty well stocked. Unfortunately, I forgot to snap a photo, or I could have showed you guys, but my booth is ready to go. I have a couple things in there already that I bought for resale, but a lot of it has just been clearing out stuff that I've saved over the years that I no longer want or need. It's a mixture of, there's some small furniture items, there's some antique stuff, a lot of stuff still yet from the Virginia estate that I cleared out. So I have some antiques, some vintage, and some modern stuff. It's right now a hodgepodge of random things. But I'm having a lot of fun doing it. And I've got a lot of stuff here that I purchased recently that I'm going to show everybody. B3, thank you very much to becoming a Zinc level member. I forgot the tiers. I got to go over that too. Thank you very much. I forgot about that. I got to go over this too, because I changed everything. Let me go to my thing here. Memberships. Okay. So where are we at here? Okay. So the membership levels are zinc, copper, silver, and gold. So the zinc level is the 99 cents a month level. The copper level is $5.99 a month. The silver level is $9.99 a month, and the gold level is $19.99 a month. And you can look, there's a couple just nominal perks for some of the levels. It's just for fun. But anyway, thank you very much, B3. I appreciate that. Welcome to the Zinkins. You're actually my first Zinc member, because I haven't announced that tier, even though it's been available for like 3 weeks. Nobody knows about it unless you're on the live streams, because I never mention it. So you are actually my first Zinc level member. And since I took a long break from YouTube, I didn't have many members, but to those members that stuck around, thank you very much. I really do appreciate you sticking around as members even during my absence. And actually, that's good enough for a dunk. You got to get a dunk for becoming a member too. Let's put this up here a little bit. Stretch out a little bit first. All right, slam dunk. We'll just do kind of like one of these. All right. B3 didn't want to be a Zinkin, so he upgraded to copper. Thank you very much, B3. I appreciate it. Or I just assumed. He or she, whoever you are, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'll give you another dunk. And AAP, thank you for being a Zinc level member too. We got 2 dunks on the way. We'll do a tomahawk. Oh, popped my collarbone on that one. That feels good. I need to get the muscles moving. Man, I felt that. Pop my collarbone. Okay, one more dunk. All right. Thank you all. I appreciate it. Focus, please. I thought I cleaned my lens off. Oh, remember what was our trick? Is the water bottle always made it focus? Yeah. Thank you all. I appreciate it. Let's get caught up here. Hey, Wes, how's it going? Hey, Brendan. You asked a question, but I think the end of your message is missing. Yeah, no, we don't want you to rot in the ground either. That's too funny. All right, okay, so yes, so it's cool. I'm like established at this booth, so I'm going to be working my butt off for fun to cover the rent there because the rent isn't cheap. Based on having a small booth, but it's really fun and I like doing it. And I have my reseller's license all set up to get like tax-free stuff for resale. I have it like set up with Goodwill and a couple of the local shops and different things. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. I live in an area where there's really not a ton of competition and not a really, I mean, how do I want to put it this way? Tennessee overall is doing quite well, but I live in an area that's not incredibly highly populated. So actually do pretty good with treasure hunting when it comes to the antiques and the vintage stuff. So it's actually a whole lot of fun. And it's just kind of exciting when you have days when the sales are pretty good. I'm enjoying it. Oh yeah, I see AAP posted the Benji in the chat. Yeah, I didn't get around to it yet. I cleared everything out. I left like one or two emojis in there. I'm going to think about them and try to get more special emojis for members. I just haven't really thought that through yet, is for like redoing the emojis. But I did know I left one or two in there for now. Just trying to figure out what theme I would like to go with. All right, so since we got 65 people here, I think that's probably about as many we'll get in here at one time. Maybe it'll go up a little higher. I'm not sure. But since there's a lot of people here now, I'm going to start going into some of the stuff that we're going to go through today. And then we'll go from there. So I mentioned the coin roll hunting stuff, the membership stuff. Let's see. Also, let's just talk broadly just for a moment first about the general direction of the channel. I'm going to mainly leave the long format videos primarily for the metal detecting content, which is what most people are interested in as far as my long form videos. Maybe another video here and there sprinkled in, like if I find like I did with the silver video when I found that coin collection from my bank. Of course, I'll post videos of that type of thing when they happen. But mainly, the long format videos are going to stick for the most part. 90% of the videos should either be metal detecting themed with this odd coin roll hunting video sprinkled in if I find something really good like that, like a bank score. Like I said, maybe an odd video of different nature sprinkled in here and there, but mostly that. The shorts videos, I'm still going to put out some shorts videos. They're just going to be a variety of different things, like pretty much anything goes. Redoing like older clips that people haven't seen, putting them together, like showcasing a lot of my different finds over the years, new clips, metal detecting, estate sale clips, like anything. Pretty much my shorts videos are going to be, you name it, it'll be there. There's going to be no specific theme other than it's going to be, of course, centered around the idea of treasure hunting. But there could be some nature videos and stuff too while I'm out detecting. But the shorts videos is pretty much anything goes. I'm going to stick to the long format videos being, like I said, mostly metal detecting with some other things sprinkled in. And I am going to try to do some live streams here and there. Until I get the coin issue sorted out, I'm probably going to show what I pick up before I put it in my booth when I do live streams, because it's easy for me here when I buy stuff. I could do a live stream, show everybody, then put it in my booth. And also, if there's anyone locally that would like to buy this stuff, maybe I can even, on some of these live streams, we can figure out all of the pricing together. So yeah, that'll be fun. And after I show you all a few things that I've picked up, then we'll go through this jar of jewelry and I'll explain the story behind this. Hey, Plugs, what's going on? Good to see you. So I have a couple random things here in the house that I didn't figure out what I'm doing with yet. A few things laying around, so I'll just show you all. I think it'll be fun. Just some random stuff that I've picked up recently. A couple decent snags, as I'll call them, from various different thrift stores, bargain stores, etc. And even some of the vintage / antique shops around here, you can find cheap stuff. Like I said, I'm in a pretty decent area for getting old things on low priced. But that also makes it harder to sell too. So first of all, check out this amazing thing. Got the old marble. Awesome metal stand, solid metal. I don't know technically what these are called. I'm just going to call it a dish. I don't know exactly when these are from. This is, I don't know. I'm guessing like, what is this, 1960s-ish? Like, yeah, it's like a candy dish. The metal comes the whole way up through. Absolutely incredible ornate design. It's very heavy. It's probably maybe 7-8 pounds. And I'm not joking. That's not a lie. That's what I paid for it. $4.99. Like I said, I'm more of a coin guy. I learn about this type of thing as I go, but over the years, I've gotten good at picking out the good craftsmanship stuff that's underpriced. I don't know how to price something like this. Haven't even looked it up, but I would be surprised if this sold for less than 25. You can give me your thoughts on pricing in the comments, but that was actually a really awesome pickup. This is something I randomly got today because there was actually a booth. Sometimes I even buy from, you can even buy from the shop that I'm in, of like vendors that are selling out and like moving out, or they're just discounting stuff to get rid of things. So this is something interesting. I've never seen anything else like before. This is also solid metal. This is actually brass that's colored to look silver. And then it's like, and this is also metal too. This whole thing is metal. So it's kind of like a, what do you call it? Like a brass and gold basket. Once again, the sticker's worn off, so I can't tell like what it was on the bottom from the inside. Like this is probably, I don't know, 1960s, 1970s, but I got that for only $3. I think this is an easy sale at 10. I'm just trying to get some stuff to fill in my booth right now too. So I'm not just like trying to make a ton on every purchase. If I buy something for, 3 and sell it for 10 and then pay my 10% commission, I'm happy. Here's something really cool I think some of you all will like. I think this was a great score because somebody put a lot of time into this, and this is a very heavy box and display case alone would not be cheap. It's a shadow box, as you'll see in a second, and somebody put a lot of effort into this. It's actually from a company called Chesapeake Bay Crafts. I looked that company up. I could not find this exact item, but I will show you this here. So this is a shadow box of the history of racing. And that is just a really awesome, well done shadow box of a cool theme. Now, I'm personally not into racing, but this is more of like a historic item, which I actually like. I may keep this. Now, you could put it in the chat and guess, like, okay, like if you were going to buy this at a, say, not at a thrift store, if you were going to buy this at, say, just like a specialty shop or something like that, or maybe an antique shop, I'm thinking, I look at this thing and I'm thinking, there's no way you could price this less than, say, like $39, right? And I'm also looking at, I'm thinking maybe even a little bit more. Also, where I live not too incredibly far away from the Bristol Motor Speedway. So racing is a very popular thing in my area. I picked this up for it was 25% off of $15. I picked that up for $11.25. Actually, it was $14.99. I think it was technically $11.24. But worst case scenario, I know I'll be able to sell that for $35. As Jack put in the chat, around $35. Yeah, I think a worst case scenario that sells for $35. If I decide to sell this one, I might put it up on the wall. But I mean, to me, it was a no-brainer to pick it up for just over $11. I mean, can you imagine how much time went into that? And you have some of the actual, relics in there as well too. So just really well done. Before we go through the jewelry, and there's an interesting story behind why I bought this jewelry too, which I'll show in a second. But this was something I personally had no interest in, but I got it because it was cheap, because I know about what they sell for. But this is just a giant silver-plated copper dish, just the standard, mid-1900s. These things were really popular. I need to buy some silver polish to clean all these things up, because over time they tarnish really bad. But this, of course, is a very ornate one. It's nothing special, no special maker or anything, just a pretty standard one. But that was $3, which you never find ones this big. That could have gone worse. I have a glass desk. $3, and that's in. Let's put this down before I hurt myself. I'll have to use it as symbols. So I picked it up for $3. I mean, that's an easy sell at like 12. Probably get 15 on that. But yeah, $3 is a no-brainer. Like I said, I had no interest in that item. I wouldn't have bought it for myself. I'm not a big fan of those like silver-plated copper ornate things. They're just not my thing. To me, I consider that like old grandma stuff. Like it's not my style. Let's just put it that way. And I say that very respectfully. I love grandmas. But I actually collect some things that you could consider old grandma collectibles too. It's just those aren't my thing. Randomly, I picked up these. I picked up 3 of these actually at a Salvation Army thrift store. Not particularly for resale, but I just wanted them too. I always like these columns. These aren't easy to find, especially cheap. These are just miniature ones, but I picked them up for $1.99. Like I said, mostly because I wanted them, but you could probably sell these for $5 a piece. So I got 3 of those. This is something I could have passed on, but I was kind of intrigued by it. Like I said, a lot of this was from somebody getting rid of stuff that was 75% off, and I just grabbed a bunch of stuff that I thought was underpriced. This is a pretty cool vintage etched flower, solid brass vase. Like I said, since it's solid brass, it's very heavy. Has a really nice design on it. It could be not cleaned up, but it needs like polished to make it shine a little bit more. It's got some minor like corrosion and discoloration on it. But I picked that up for $3.75, and I mean that's an easy sale all day at $10. So could even be a little bit more, but anyway, for that price, like I said, to me it was kind of like something I can resell. Don't really have any personal interest in it. Maybe if there's anybody that knows about bottles in the chat, you might be able to help me out with this one. I obviously knew from the design of this, it was obviously severely underpriced. So here's an incredible cork top bottle with like a cobalt blue color. And see here, it says made in Spain. Made in Spain. I don't really know anything about it other than it's in pretty decent shape and nice color, very ornate cork top, 99 cents. I don't know what, like I said, I got this from like a local, kind of like an antique wholesaler that like cleans out estates and then sells stuff in a local shop. They sell some stuff super cheap. I was surprised. It's actually my first time I went to this local company, and I bought a lot of stuff from them, but I picked that up for 99 cents. I don't know what it's worth. I have no idea what it's worth, but if I had to guess, I mean, I mean, that's got to be like what, at least an $8 bottle, right? Something around there. Does the seam of the bottle run through the top? Yes, it does. I think it's a. Let me first clarify. I don't think this is like 100 years old. I think this is a semi-old reproduction. So I have to research it more. Like I said, I don't think this is from like the early 1900s or something like that. But it's a really cool bottle, and it's obviously worth $1. I'm probably going to keep that. And here's one other random thing. I picked this up at a Salvation Army. Could have passed on it, but I like these as displays and stuff like that. But I got an old kettle. I don't know how old this is, but it's like a Japanese style kettle with the bamboo handle and the copper, like kind of coiled, whatever you want to call it, coiled hooks. I think it's pretty cool. Not in great shape on the inside. You wouldn't really use it. It's kind of more of like a display piece. But I picked that up for $4.99. Value on that, like I said, all of these are guesses. I haven't looked into any of this stuff, but off the top of my head, I've got to say that's got to be at least 15. Anything else other than that would be a bonus. Once again, probably not selling this. A mix of things. I buy some things for myself and some things to resell. This was just stuff I had sitting around. To give you all an idea of what the types of things that may randomly pop up in my booth, I will hop into the chat. For anybody just coming in, I opened up a booth at the Village Antiques in Bristol, Tennessee. I am in the far left aisle when you walk in. On the right side of the far left aisle, all of my products, you'll know it's my booth because all of the stickers say JDVC on them. That is my vendor code. Once again, I'm going to put the name of the antique store in the chat again. This is open now. I have it stocked. So if anybody locally wants to check it out, I'd love to have you stop by. Obviously, I'm not there all the time because it's a booth, and it's there's people there that run it. So I'm not always have to be present, but I do go in very frequently to restock it, to keep it clean, organize, etc., add new products, take stuff out maybe that's not selling, that type of thing. So I do try to go over there. I at least try to pop in like every other day that they're open. I don't go in every day, but for sure, sometimes I'm there every day. Sometimes I'm there multiple times a day, but then sometimes I won't go for like 3 days, especially if I'm doing other stuff. But I'm in there a lot, so there's a possibility that you could bump into me if you show up. So let me get a drink, and then we're going to start into the jewelry. Hey, Kelly, how's it going? Good to see everyone else in the chat. Yes, Papa Giorgio, it is in Bristol, Tennessee. It's on the Tennessee side of Bristol. You can just type in the Village Antiques in Google Maps, and you can get the address. It's pretty close to downtown Bristol. It's kind of on the backside. It's a really cool place. I have actually spent a lot of money there myself as a shopper over the years. I've bought a lot of my small furniture pieces from them rather than buying just run-of-the-mill furniture from just department stores and stuff and furniture stores. I mean, I'm sure I could look at something in my house right now that I bought from that place. Yeah, stuff in the other room. Like, I've actually spent a lot of money there myself over the years since I moved into the area. So now that I'm a vendor there, I can snoop around and try to get all the good buys too. So I really enjoy it. This is something that it's a new hobby that I've picked up that I've been really, really enjoying, and it plays into all the other stuff that I do. I'll be adding all kinds of stuff into my booth. I'll even be doing some coins and paper money, but unfortunately, I don't want to put out small items unless I get a display case and lock it, which you can do, and then you give the key to the people at the front and they can open it if anybody wants to look at anything. It's hard to tell. Sometimes people pick up stuff and move it into somebody else's booth and you don't find it for a while. But I did have a small collection in like a folder. It was like had a little write-up on it. It was like the last 3 years of Indian head pennies, 1907, 8, and 9. It was in a little tiny like folder like this. And I was trying to sell it for like, I don't know, like $12 or something. And I think somebody stole it. It hasn't turned up. So I'm not going to put anything like coin related that's valuable, that's small, that people can like put in their pockets. Unfortunately, theft is a real thing. And having a physical location, you got to deal with that stuff. So I'm trying to focus on selling items that don't have a high appeal as far as like theft, like people thinking they can resell something right away and get some cash for it. So I'm going to be sticking more toward like collectibles, like housewares, like the type of stuff I showed you guys here. That's more of what's going to be in the type of my booth: small furniture, housewares, and artwork. My dad paints. We're going to put some of his artwork up. We're going to do he's going to do some cool, like different types of scenes, whether it's scenery, flowers, old barns. He's going to paint stuff on different random pieces of things that we salvage. I'm having him paint some scenes and flowers on old fan blades. And we're going to do some unique stuff like that. So we're going to throw up some of my dad's artwork and other various art pieces. I actually like some vintage artwork and stuff too. But right now, like I said, it's a mix of a lot of different stuff in my booth. Some of it's modern too. Yes, my mom's in the chat now too. And yes, I can put coins in a locked case if I want, but I don't want to focus on that for this booth. I want this to actually be stuff that sells on a more frequent basis. The coin thing is a really niche thing, and I feel like it would take up a lot of my booth space, but I wouldn't sell a lot. I'm kind of getting a grip on what sells and what doesn't now, and at what price points. So I'm trying to keep, I got to keep this stuff moving. So anyway, we're going to do this now. So here's the story on this. So I picked this up from so there's another store across from this one, kind of like just a minute, not even a minute down the road, called Bargain Hunters. It's very similar. They just appeal more to, it's more of like an indoor flea market rather than like focusing more on antiques, but it's very similar to where I have a booth. So I go over there and look for stuff too, because it's usually more flea market style where you can get stuff. One of the vendors where I got some of the stuff I showed you here today, they were clearancing out pretty much everything in their booth for 50% off. This jar of mostly what's going to be costume jewelry, it came with this nice glass jar too, was normally $19, and it was half off. So this was like, or no, I can't remember exactly. It was like $19.50 half off or something, or I don't know. I don't remember, but I think it came into exactly $9.48 or something. Yeah, so I got this entire thing for under $10. Now, I was kind of debating on whether I want to pick it up or not, because this is usually not my type of thing. And obviously, I know there's nothing like likely. I can't say obviously. I can say likely there's nothing super valuable in here, because it's a vendor that knows how to pick through things. But it's a high volume vendor, and they don't deal with a lot of this stuff. So the interesting thing is you can see there's a ring. Well, you probably can't. Well, yeah, you can if I pulled it up here. You can see there's a ring here. And this ring in the bottom here, I could actually get this tilted to the right angle in the store by kind of moving it around, where I could see the inside of that band, I believe, has a 925 mark on it. Now, that doesn't mean it's real. Of course, fake jewelry exists, but I think it is real because it has a very tarnished old silver kind of look. And also, it has a really nice stone in it. Obviously, it's not a real diamond, but it's not cut glass. It does look like cubic zirconia. So since I think the stone in it is cubic zirconia, I'm pretty sure it is going to be a genuine 925 ring. And if that's the case, the ring alone is actually worth probably almost what I paid for this entire jar. So hopefully there'll be some women in the chat or knowledgeable guys in the chat that know jewelry better, that as I go through this stuff, you can maybe let me know if something might be worth a little more than just your average $1, $2, $3 piece of costume jewelry. Some of it looks vintage. I think there's going to be some interesting stuff in here. And of course, when we get to the bottom, I will be very interested to pull out that ring. But yes, I purchased this entire jar of jewelry for under $10, and I think that was a great buy. So without further ado, let me get this down a little bit. And while I'm opening this, the same as always, anybody that makes a super chat, you get a sticky note on the wall or a slam dunk. I'll do the same for anybody that becomes a channel member. I opened up the lowest tier possible, so you can become a member of the channel for 99 cents a month. That's less than $12 a year. If you'd like to support me, because I don't do sponsorships on the channel, but if not, it's all good. I just have a blast doing this stuff on YouTube. It's going to take me a minute to get this tape off, so you'll have to all hold on to your horses. Oh my goodness, this is going to take a minute. Oh, this piece came off easy. They taped this good so the lid doesn't fall off and break. And I'll try to glance at the chat here while I'm doing this. Thank you, AAP. Yeah, you can do that too if you would like to. I don't mind saying thank you to anybody who becomes a member. Oop, here we go. Yeah, I don't want this to break. I better get this last piece of tape off. All right, got it off. It's not a bad glass jar either. All right, let's dig in, shall we? I'm going to put this down a little bit further while we're focusing on this. Okay. First piece. Necklace. I know the lighting's not great in here. Kind of like a purpley light color. I know nothing about this stuff other than looking at it. I can tell it's not silver. The clasp just looks like it's just typical metal. I'm not going to know the value on any of this stuff. There appears to be two of those. Two of these purple necklaces. Like I said, most of this stuff is going to have a value of probably $1 or $2 a piece, maybe a little bit more on some of it. Like obviously something like this is not going to be super valuable. And wow, this thing is massive. Just like a giant beaded necklace right there. Yeah, my mom said made out of seashells. I don't know what they are. I mean, they'd have to be synthetic or something. Like I said, jewelry's not my thing. I don't know anything about that. It just doesn't ring. It doesn't scream expensive to me. Okay. What do we got here? Some of this is running together. Okay. This is... Now, I don't know if this is slightly vintage. This is kind of interesting, though. This looks a little bit older to me. This is kind of interesting. A little flower on there. It looks like... I think that is like a little bit of porcelain on the front, actually. And these little like pearls look different than the other ones on the main part. Like I said, there's some pretty decent stuff in here as far as the costume jewelry. And then it's got those stones in the center too. I don't know. Anybody know the rough age of this? I think those little stones are just cut glass. So yeah, it's obviously costume jewelry, not super expensive, but you'd think you got to sell that for a few dollars anyway. You know what? $4? Something like that. Like I said, I got this whole jar for 10. So I'm assuming, yeah, this is not in good shape. This is like just a gold looking chain with like a pearl on it, fake pearl. Let me double check the clasp, make sure it's not gold. I doubt it. It doesn't look quite the right color to me, but you always got to check. Nope. I think it's junk. Yeah, it's plated, but always got to check. You never know. There's one for you. Here, that one's for me. That one's for me, right? Oh, yeah. I can rock that all day long. Maybe you'll see that in my next video. That'd totally be an inside joke if I do. If you see this in my next video, you'll be in the. Oh wait, what does it say on it? It says something on the clasp here. Just bust out my eagle eyes here a second. Oh, it's got a patent date. I need a magnifying glass. 537. Boy, some of this is worn. It's got a patent date on the lobster claw. Wow, is that small? And I can usually see like teeny stuff, but this is even hard for my eyes. Boy, that's rough. I can't tell the middle digit. 537985? 985 something 85 86. I'm going to try this patent number. We're going to look this up real quick if I can figure it out. Patent. I know it's 537. It starts with 537. I'll be able to look at the design blueprints and tell if I have the right product or not. I don't know if that's a 9. We're going to try 985. That was my first guess. Oh, that's it. I think. There's one on eBay. Yeah, it's a faux pearl necklace. I got the patent right. Wow. Okay, so here, there's one on eBay. Pearl bracelet patent 537985 Marvella. Pre-owned, $20 plus $5.25 shipping. That's not a sold listing. That's their asking price. It's the exact same one I have, it looks like, on eBay. Yep. Oh, no, theirs is even smaller. Theirs is only like, mine has more beads. I want to know I want to know the year it's from, though. Where's the patent website? I want to get the age on it. That's what I'm interested in. I like anything with a patent on it. That's cool that there was a patent on this. No, that's not it. Hold on. Maybe I'll let somebody else do this. If you want to in the chat, somebody else can help me with this. If you want to try to figure out the age for me, I'm going to put the patent number in the chat here. If anybody wants to try to figure out the age of it by searching the patent, I put the patent number in the chat. It's probably like 1970s or something, because that's a pretty high patent number. That's over 500,000. I think that would be closer to the 1960s maybe. All right. Yeah, greener pastures, that's a good idea. I didn't think of that now, but I do that sometimes. Phones are very handy for snapping a picture and then zooming it in. So, wow, we're doing pretty good. This was actually a great buy for that price. So this is just junk. I can tell that. At least I know enough to know that's junk. Of course, I wasn't expecting anything worth $1 million in here. Okay, we got a cross necklace, which doesn't look like real silver to me. Like I said, apart from that ring that I think might be silver on the bottom, I wasn't expecting any silver. So, yeah, this is just cheap metal, very cheap metal, but it's a cross necklace. It's very thin, cheap metal. Let's see what else we got here. All right, now what do we got? We got some sort of pin. That is junk. Let's see if you can see the design on that there. 2 little people on it inside of a heart, and then a star at the end. Just a junk pin. And of course, some of this is tangled. This one's hilarious to me. I'm not trying to insult anybody if this is your type of jewelry. That just looks like a bunch of miniature fan blades to me. I'm sorry, I have to say it. Let me wiggle this all down to the bottom. Okay. I think this is also junk. I like what Linda said. Linda said horse teeth. There you go. It's a horse teeth necklace. That's too funny. And I think this is junk also, but we're going to look at the lobster claw just in case. And I think this is kind of tangled up, but we're not going to try to undo that now. I see no markings. I think this is just a cheap metal. There are no markings on Mr. Lobster Claw. All right. This one's too small, unfortunately. I can't wear this one for y'all. But I can't wear this one. I'll keep this one on while the stream's going. There you go. All right. Okay, we got another one of those seashell-looking purple ones. That's number 3. So you got 3 of those. There's actually a lot in here. It's surprising how much you could... Ooh. Oh. Oh, what do we have here? It's bagged with a price. ER rope and TQ pair Montana silversmiths. It has an item lot number, and it's $19.99 for what's in this bag. All right. Well, we're making out pretty good. I may not open this bag. I may try to sell it like that because it has a sticker on it. There is a nice kind of yellowy looking necklace that has like little yellow looking kind of stones in it. Oh, wow. One's got a really nice kind of like probably cubic zirconia on the end of it. You can see it there sparkling. All right. So $19.99 for that bag. I mean, man. So even if you mark it half off, see if somebody will buy the bag for $10, right? What is this? These are definitely vintage. This is marked too. It has a lot number. Somebody has a price of $7 on the back of these. Look at these old cufflinks, man. This looks like something I'd find metal detecting. Man, those are retro. One of them's damaged. That's hilarious. Yeah, they're damaged. I don't even know what the design's supposed to be. Man, those are some really... these are so far out of style. I didn't even know that ever was a style. All right. Let's see what else we got in here. Now, this is not good. As in very poor shape, like a brooch. In very poor condition. Let's see. We got a lot of brooches at the bottom here and like pins. So we got a Christmas tree. Christmas tree. What does a good set of horse teeth go for? I don't know. Are those even, would that even be legal to sell? Wow, this is something else. What do we got going on here? A giant, like, rose pin in poor condition, unfortunately. Kind of like a rose brooch. All right, getting into some of the junky brooch thingies. This one's a little bit better. It's unfortunately missing one of the stones. This may be a little bit older like that one. It's obviously junk, though. This is like, I've found stuff like this metal detecting before. Stuff similar to this. And usually by the time I find it, there's no silver plating left on it. It's just like brown from all the copper or junk metal showing through. Oh, this is a little better. Except, I mean, obviously fake in the middle. That looks a little better. Should be able to sell that for $1. I don't know what I'm going to do with all this. I may keep a couple pieces and throw all the rest back in the jar and try to resell the jar for $20. I have no idea. All right. This is from a company called OAJC, I think it says on the back. That's going to definitely take the right type of buyer. All right, now what do we got here? Okay, we got an old butterfly pin. Not a precious metal, and it's missing the stones, but this is probably vintage. That's kind of cool. There's actually a lot in this jar. Maybe if you guys like this, maybe I'll do another video. Oh man, I gotta sneeze. Somebody has a jar there of jewelry that's actually 50% off, but it's like a giant jar that's $100 and it's massive. But I picked up this jar because it was cheaper and I saw some silver in it. So I knew I wouldn't lose money. This thing's just awful. That's the rim to somebody's car right there, right? Who would wear this? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, this is a little more interesting. Is this junk or is this black onyx? Oh, I think this is junk. Kind of interesting, though. It's just costume jewelry, though. Let's see what else we got here. There's still stuff coming out of here. Just another brooch type thing. I don't know what that design's supposed to be. It's missing one of the stones. Two of the stones, at least, actually. Kind of interesting piece. We're getting to that ring here shortly. Okay, this is kind of interesting. I did see this. A lot of this is vintage. I believe that's vintage as well. Very blocky design. Yeah, I'm glad I picked this up. Especially there's a couple nice things in here. I think well, apart from this $20 bag. Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, there's nothing too fantastic in here. A couple decent pieces. Oh yeah, it was this one. I think this was probably the best costume jewelry piece here. That one with like the porcelain rose on it. And it's very detailed too. Very detailed. Okay, next piece. Kind of an interesting necklace. Let's show the base here. Interesting. And we're getting down to the bottom here. Oh, we got an old cufflink here. Well, that's kind of interesting. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but I don't know what type of... I'll see if I can get this to focus. Oh, is this supposed to be like a milk truck or something? I have no idea. That's kind of interesting. This is obviously a vintage piece. And I'm smelling it because I can tell a lot of this. Whew, I mean, this smells like Man, this actually smells like cats. Like the person who had this had cats. Some of this jewelry really smells. It's probably in some really old nasty drawers in an estate. That literally smells like old cat, like wet cat. All right. And there is what I think is a silver ring in the bottom. It's the last thing left in here. And after picking it up, oh, it does say 925. I thought it wasn't. It does say 925, and then it has some marks in it. So I don't know why they'd put a silver ring in this jar. Like I said, maybe they were looking for a sterling stamp, not a 925 stamp. But this is a pretty nice ring. And I don't see any scratch marks where I think they would have tested it. It's got that tarnished look. Like, I think this is legit 925 with cubic zirconia in it. It's pretty nice. Then it has some other mark, and then it says 7. I guess maybe that's size 7. But this is a nice ring. I don't know if how well I'll be able to get this to focus. That's nice. I was trying to get it to focus on the stamp on the inside, which is probably not a good idea. I should probably have to. There you go. Check out the front. It's not super heavy, but it is stamped 925 on the opposite side of the band. Yeah, that's actually a nice ring. Yeah, so it says 925, and then it has the number 7 on the other side, and then it says like NV or something. It's hard to tell. The stamp's a little dirty, and it's kind of blurred together. I think it says NV space 7, something like that. But yeah, it has the 925 stamp. Has the breather holes for the stones. I mean, obviously that thing in the middle is not going to be a real diamond. There's no way. But it's not cut glass, so that's actually a super nice ring. Hey, Christian said test it with your metal detector. Yeah, let's see what it rings up. If it is sterling, it should ring up nice and high. If it was a junkier metal, it would probably come up a little funkier. But even if it's copper, we wouldn't be able to tell. But I think it is real silver. But I got my metal detector here. I actually just brought it into the house. I'm planning on detecting tomorrow. I got it on my car because it's too cold to leave it in my car. So yeah, let's test it real quick. Let's give the old T2 a go here. Hold on. Man, this thing's getting old. My buttons barely work anymore. I gotta get a new detector soon if I want to use this. Let's turn the discrimination level way up so it doesn't beep as much, and then we'll put it on the normal 3-tone that I use. Turn the sensitivity down. Let's see what we get here. Oh yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, 83. I mean, silver dimes ring up higher than 83, but it's a small ring, so 83 would be consistent with a thin piece of silver. Like I said, it's not super chunky, and it's not like the band's not solid. It's got like some cutouts in the middle, so it's not super thick. Yeah, nice 83. Now that could be copper, but I don't think it's silver plated copper. I think it is genuine. Everywhere I look looks right. Doesn't seem like there's any plating coming off. So yeah, I'd say that confirms it. An 83, that's about the right signal. That's pretty much almost identical to a copper penny. that signal. But yeah, that's actually super nice right there. All right. Got to keep my bling on. So value on this, man, I don't know. $10? I mean, I'm trying not to just overestimate. This alone is worth what I paid for that entire jar, for sure. It looks really good. I don't know where my diamond tester is. We may as well test it just for fun. I think I have it right here. All right. Diamond tester. I got to turn it on, get the lamp going. Oh, man. I think it needs a new battery. Oh, yeah, man. I got an old 9-volt in here. Old 9-volt. But have no fear. I actually just ordered a huge box of new 9-volt batteries. I literally have 9-volt batteries on the floor right now. How convenient was that? I've got like 29-volt batteries I just ordered for my pinpointers and smoke alarms and whatnot. All right. Hey, Epic, what's going on? Hey, part-time Picorette. NV could be for Nevada Silver Mine. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. I'll just let the battery hang out. Let's push this back in. I'm sure it'll work. Oh. Is it broken? No. Okay, I got it working now. It took the battery a minute to... I don't know exactly what I have to set this on for the size, but probably about halfway. All right. Got this set. We got the lamp battery on. Like I said, I'm not expecting these to be real, but since it is real silver, we'll check it anyway. Of course, let's check the big one first. Of course, it's going to come back fake. Right, no heat signal there. Now let's check the small ones, which are, like I said, likely also cubic zirconia, but check them. And not real diamonds. Of course, that's what we thought, but better safe than sorry. Yeah, so I'm going to leave all of this jewelry in front of me and sort it later. I will probably put most of it back in here and just resell it. Keep the ring and a couple of the pieces that I think might be worth piecing out individually, like this one. I got to keep this one, right? And there's a couple other interesting ones, but nothing too interesting. Like I said, we weren't expecting $1 million, but now let's just, even though jewelry is not my expertise, I'm going to ballpark what I think what I could reasonably sell this all for without piecing out each piece individually. So let's see, just giving a quick overhaul and eyeball. Of course, we did get that nice prepackaged bag at $20 that I'm not going to open. That alone was a nice score. I mean, honestly, what I would probably do here is I'd probably keep this bag separate, the ring separate, the piece I showed you separate, and maybe pick out like one more piece. And then I'd probably just throw it all back in the jar and let somebody have it for about what I paid for it. So I'd basically be getting a couple nice pieces free, and then I can resell all of the jewelry that's not too interesting to me. Everything that's worth between, a quarter and $3 to $4 a piece. Anywhere between a quarter and like $3 or $4. Most of the stuff in here might be like $1 a piece. A couple of them could be, like our horse teeth or fan blade necklace. I mean, maybe that one's that's got to be at least $1. So if I sold everything that's in front of me for, say, $15, and then I had another $20 worth of stuff to the side, 35, 10, 20, 25, 10 for all this, 35. Yeah, this jar of jewelry is an easy $35 sale, I think. And I paid $9.50. So minimum 35. I think 40 would not be too hard to get either. Between 35 and $40. I'm talking more so on the quick sale too. Like I could quick sell this for $35. I'm not talking slow piece by piece retail here. So we did pretty good. If you all enjoyed the jewelry hunt, I will try to find more lots like this to go through on videos or live streams. I actually enjoyed that. That was fun. It's a little treasure hunt. And it all started because I saw this silver ring in the bottom of the jar, and I could shake it around and I could get in there and I could see that 925 stamp, and I had a feeling it was real and not a fake one. And barely took a gamble though, because even $10, all that costume jewelry was worth $10. So this was a no-brainer pickup for me. This specific vendor had just literally priced everything half off like the day after Christmas or something. Or no, I was in there a day or two ago and everything was normal price. So I kind of got there early, and surprised somebody else didn't see this and grab it. But then again, it's just a jar of costume jewelry, and I just happened to spot this in it. That was fun. Maybe I'll go back and buy there's 50% off sales ending. Then the jar of jewelry I wanted to get is going to go back up to $100, but they'll probably discount it because nobody's going to buy it for $100. So I'll keep an eye on it. If it goes back to half price again, maybe we'll buy a different vendor has a $50 jar that there's probably no precious metals in, but it was like 4 times or 5 times the size of this jar. So the sheer volume of stuff. Maybe I'll go through it for a video, but I did this one because it was an obvious, easy profit. Yes, Angela, treasure hunts are fun for everyone. Are any of the brooches signed? No, I didn't see any. They're all pretty generic. I didn't see anything that would indicate that there was, like I said, anything that seemed a little bit more better craftsmanship or of a specific maker or anything like that. Literally all of this stuff, none of the brooches have any marks on them whatsoever, meaning that they're the cheapest end of costume jewelry, even the vintage stuff. And then of course we got our we got our car rims here, our car rim brooch, as I'm going to call it. And then this nasty one that smells like somebody's a cat lady's house. That smells like 24 cats. This is infused with the smell of 24 cats. It's kind of leached onto the other stuff. I don't know if it originally came from this. You can tell it has old grime on it. This is a really old, nasty piece. That really needs cleaned up. It smells like wet cat. And I'll tell you, them old cufflinks were crazy. Mustang Dave, what's going on? Okay, I'm happy. That was a good buy. That was definitely a good buy there. All right, so, and I got the jar. I mean, this is a $2 item right here all day. That's more than $1. That's even at a flea market. That's a $2 glass jar right there all day. $2 all day. So I basically paid like $750 for all of that jewelry. Yeah, I didn't even add this in, right? So yeah, we'll say $40 for everything. I could sell all this easily for $40. Sherilyn, what's going on? Yeah, I mean, we didn't even count the glass jar before, which I'm going to put on the ground now because of what was happening before. I do not want to drop a glass jar on a glass desk. This should not be there. This could end badly. All right, still on. Anybody sends a super chat, I'm still dunking or giving you a sticky. We'll pan up now because, like I said, we're done going through the jewelry. Anyone just coming in? We just went through a jar of jewelry that I bought for like $9.50, and I've concluded that it was at least $40 worth of stuff. So that was fun. I opened up, as the title says, I opened up an antique booth, the Village Antiques in Bristol, Tennessee. If you go into the far left aisle in the store, on the right side of the far left aisle, 2 vendors down, all the stickers that say JDVC, that is my booth. I don't have a sign up yet, but so people can find it. I probably will put up like a chalkboard or something and write JD's Variety Channel on it or something so people know it's me. But yeah, that's cool. I opened up a booth at an antique place. So that's a lot of fun. And probably will do more live streams like this in the future where I could go through some of the stuff that I'm going to stock. Thank you, Dave, for the $1.99 super chat. I really appreciate it. He said, dunk that sucker. Let's do it. I'll do it with my new necklace on. Hopefully I don't choke myself. Bounce it to myself. Okay. Let's get ready to go. What are we going to do here? We'll do the reverse. Oh, missed. Ah! Watch me to break something. Okay, let's do this again. Do it this way. Here we go. Ah! All right. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate that. All right. This is probably not going to be an epically long live stream like I used to do in the past. Also because it's supposed to be slightly warmer tomorrow, and I think I may go metal detecting because it's been quite cold lately, and I may not get many chances to over the next couple weeks with the super cold weather. I do have more metal detecting footage on the way. I've actually found some real gold recently, something I don't find a lot of in the dirt. There's a reason why I haven't posted that video yet, but I have found some real gold recently and some other good stuff on the way. I have a couple decent hunts, three specifically recent hunts yet that I haven't released that are all pretty good. So yes, I do have to have more metal detecting content on the way for the long format videos. The shorts videos, of course, are just going to be a bunch of random clips, new and old mixed. But the long format uploads, I do have some new content on the way. Thank you, Teresa. I appreciate that. So the types of places I've been metal detecting recently is kind of a mix. I've been looking around a couple schools, which the 2 videos ago, the one I did of a school, that one wasn't too fascinating, but I've detected a couple schools. Nothing too great at those for the most part, but I've also had the opportunity to look around an 1800s church, which turned out interesting. Not for the church, but I got to look around the property across the road, which was actually quite decent. So I did look around an old church and cemetery, not in the cemetery, but around the cemetery. I had permission to look in a lot that was like between a church and a cemetery, basically. A really old cemetery from the 1850s is the earliest tombstone I was able to find. I found some pretty good stuff in the field in front of that cemetery. And I've also done some house hunts that have turned out quite good too. So I have a pretty good variety of stuff on the way. School hunts, old church grounds, and some home sites. So pretty excited to get the videos edited. That word's always funny to say, edited. You always just want to add on an extra one, like edited it. I edited it. Then if you say it at the end, then it makes it even worse. P-Hun, I'm not going to do that. I guarantee these are not real. These hold on. See if I can get this off. This smells, man. Ugh, I don't want to wear this. Ugh, it smells. It smells like cat. Ugh. Yeah, this is not cool. This definitely came from very old house where they had cats everywhere. This stuff smells. Literally smells like wet cat. But no, these are not real. And I'm definitely not rubbing wet cat across my teeth. No, I'm not testing these for pearls. Just kidding. I'm not doing it. This is the one that has the patent date on it, though. I might keep that one because I like stuff with a patent date on it. What's going on? Keep digging. Okay, let's get some of this. I don't know. I'm not going to put the jewelry back in there because honestly, I actually want to keep this. I like this. I might use that for something. Right, Dave? No, if I was going to do it, I'd do it while the camera was on, right? No, it'd be like the past live streams, right? I don't have any crazy food to eat tonight, but maybe it'll be one of those where somebody super chats, I'll rub the wet cat pearls across my teeth. No, I just don't think that can't be good. I'd have to go rinse out with like Listerine or something. But no, we looked up the patent on them, so it's obviously not real. What were these called again? Yeah, pearl bracelet patent, Marvella. Did anybody in the chat ever find the date from when that patent was from? I was kind of rambling when I was doing that. I didn't check the chat. I don't think anybody looked it up. No, I don't think anybody looked it up. Whew, gets a little chilly in this room in the winter. This is like my sunroom where it's not like super insulated. It's a little chilly in here. My hands are getting cold. I have to live stream with gloves on. Let's see if I can figure out this patent. I want to find the date on this. I don't know why the main patent website isn't coming up. I don't know. That one may not be that old. Anyway, we don't need to know that. No, these aren't metal. They're like fake pearls. Just the clasp is metal. And obviously the parts between the beads. Oh, David is saying possible 1950. It could be around in there. I don't know exactly. 1950 to 1965. Oh, I love the world map behind you. Oh, yeah, that one. Yeah, that's cool. I like it too. Let's see. No, Dave, it's not gold. It just has a patent date on it. Let's see. righty. Good night to Mama B. No, Dave, the pearls aren't real. We already know that. This was a bag of costume jewelry. There just happened to be a nice piece of silver that slipped in. But yeah, this stuff was at least somewhat vetted to pick out the valuables. They just missed one really nice thing. Yeah, Dave, though, but I got a really nice I got a pretty decent sized jar of jewelry for under $10. And yeah, it was probably closer to $40 worth. So it was a pretty good buy. At least quadrupled my investment on that. JD, would you like to test and give feedback on a detector prototype? Maybe. I can't say for sure. I'm trying not to add too many projects to the burner right now. But if you want to send me an email, I can think about it. If you want to give me more info, you can just send me an email at jdsvarietychannel@gmail.com. Let's see. Well, I probably maybe I'll and I don't know, unless you all want to chat for a while. I'm not going to stick around too long tonight because I kind of wanted to just give the big update and go through that jar and just talk about a little bit with what's going on. Coyd, how's it going? Good to see you stop by. My hands actually smell like wet cat now from touching all that jewelry. Like, this is really nasty. Jack said if they smell like wet cat, they may be that early form of plastic that smells like vinegar when put in warm water. I really think it's just cat. I've smelled a lot of wet cat from estate sales in my day, and this is totally smells like wet cat. I distinctly know, crystal clear, my nose and my brain knows what wet cat smells like. And this is definitely that smell. And you can tell this one's grimy. That one's just so bad. Oh, that's just, see, that one's mostly metal. Oh, that's just, it just smells like wet cat. It's just so terrible. It's just horrible. Carol said my hands are usually filthy by the time I get through a 20-pound or so box. Yeah, it's just I wasn't expecting the wet cat collection this time. Yeah, Sawyer, wet cat it's distinctly different from wet dog. They're just a little bit different. I don't know how to explain it, but there's a difference between a wet cat house and a wet dog house. Will I ever dig up amethyst again? It's possible. Probably not in the near future, but it's possible down the road. And since I haven't been streaming or anything, if anybody has any questions for me too, I'm open for questions, whether it's hobby-related questions or any questions about me or the channel, because I haven't been doing many streams and giving people many updates other than just releasing videos. Because I used to do, for several years, I was doing a lot of streams, so everybody was always in the loop. Kyle G said, "What's your job?" So I do a lot of things. I'm like a real estate investor. I buy and sell coins and paper money. I've been a big dealer for a long time for different stuff. I've kind of phased out of a lot of that just because I don't enjoy doing it as much anymore. But for many, many years, there's been a big seller of Zimbabwe hyperinflation currency. So mainly selling paper money was actually my main profession for a very long time. But I've also dabbled in real estate investment. So I used to do the landlord thing, but I don't do it anymore. I just did that a little bit while I had multiple properties. That's kind of something I don't enjoy as much anymore. But yeah, real estate, collectibles, and YouTube. It's a nice passive way to make income too. I don't consider it my job though. This is more of a jobby. It's a hobby and my job. And I really like doing stuff for YouTube because a lot of it I enjoy too. Sometimes the editing I don't enjoy as much, but I really do. Right now I'm back and I'm really enjoying making the metal detecting videos. I'm enjoying it again. I definitely needed a break from it, but I'm definitely enjoying it again. What do I like to do in my free time? I mean, honestly, as far as like hobby wise, I don't really do much a whole lot different than I do on the channel, except the only thing I would add to that is, apart from doing like what I got doing now with doing the antique booth and the thrifting stuff, I do like hiking in the woods. I actually enjoy landscaping, taking care of trees, that type of stuff. I'm kind of like an amateur arborist. I like taking care of trees and landscaping, stuff like that. I don't have any pets. So yeah, I mean, stuff I do on the channel is a lot of stuff I share with you guys, a lot of stuff I like to do in my free time, like metal detecting, thrifting, going through coins, which I don't do as much, only if I can find silver or something. I don't go through like coin boxes that I don't film. If I go through coins, I'm like going to do it on YouTube for everybody else to see. I don't do that when the camera's not rolling. Sherilyn, the bees didn't make it. And well, I don't know if the colony fully died or if they relocated. I didn't know at the time, but they got an infestation of wax moths and it slowly pushed the hive out. And it was a little bit over my head and I didn't want to try to remedy it. So it was like 2 summers ago that they got pushed out of the hive. So I'm not taking care of bees anymore, but maybe someday I will, but not right now. Not right now. I'd want to make sure I do it the right way if I get bees again in the future, because those I only kept because I kind of inherited them, for lack of better terms. But no more bees, unfortunately. I don't think the video's live anymore. I deleted a lot of the older videos from the channel, but I did do a video a couple years back. I don't think it's live anymore where I kind of explain the situation with them, unfortunately. Right, Dave? The family cat lives on. Not just in my heart, but in my jewelry case. McRib, no, I am not married. Tom said, drove through your hometown in Pennsylvania the other JD, probably found everything there. No, actually, I mean, I moved away a year after I started metal detecting, so there's probably plenty there to find. But man, I liked looking up there. I had some amazing permissions when I first started detecting. Yeah, I found, I think it was 219 silver coins in my first year of detecting, and I was a newbie. So that goes to show you I was in some amazing sites up there to find almost 220 silver coins as a novice detectorist. There was so much more silver up there than there is down here. That's for sure. But I'm getting back into it, though. I'm getting the silver counts up again, though. But I find nowhere near as much as I used to up there. That's for sure. Yeah, so I'm gonna do a video on it eventually here soon. I'm actually, oh yeah, I'll update you all on this. I have in the works a series I'm going to do on YouTube of going through all of my silver coins and putting them in albums, like per specific type of coin, like silver Roosevelt dimes, Mercury dimes, Barber dimes, Standing Liberty quarters, Washington quarters, etc. I'm going to do all of the silver coins. I'm not going to do like wheat pennies, buffalo nickels. I'm going to do silver only because silver cleans up nice. And I'm going to do a video of going through all of the silver coins I found metal detecting, go through all of the dates, all of the mint marks, and I'm going to put them in albums. It's going to be a big thing. It's going to take some time and effort, but I do want to do it. I think it'll be a cool video series. I also want to do it personally so that I have things collected and so I can know which ones I need to find. But I will say I stopped counting a while back, but my lifetime silver count for metal detecting, I believe, is around 1,100 silver coins. So I am over 1,000. I know that. So I do have a lot of silver coins, and these are all coins that I've dug up. So between 2012 and 2015, I dug a lot of silver. I was doing a lot of urban detecting around World War II era homes, and then I had that awesome year in Pennsylvania. In 2015, I was metal detecting literally like every other day. I dug 265 silver coins in 1 year. That's my record. I will probably never beat that again because I just don't metal detect that compulsively as I used to. But yes, my lifetime silver count is somewhere around 1,100. I never counted them, but I think I have north of 4,000 wheat pennies. It's probably more, knowing that the ratio is usually a little higher than 1 to 4. It could be getting closer to 5,000. I don't know, but I am pretty sure I have at least 4,000 wheat pennies that I've dug metal detecting. And then clad coins is a whole other beast. I have, I believe, over 30,000 clad coins, which, modern are anywhere from non-silver dimes and quarters going from 1965 and up, and that would be all pennies from 1959 and up, and all nickels from 1960 and up. I consider clad or modern clad. My fingers still smell like wet cat. I gotta wash my hands. This is terrible. Yes, so that's roughly where my coin counts are. Maybe someday I'll try to find a way to count them. Where have you went on vacation? I don't know. I don't really do the vacation thing. Like if I travel, it's usually for like treasure hunting, and I don't really consider it a vacation. It's actually because I do YouTube I mean, I don't do it to make money, but since I make money from YouTube, I did turn it into a business. So it's all like if I say rent a hotel out of state and I go specifically to make a video, it's technically a business trip. So I don't really do vacations. Usually, if I travel, I'm on mission. I'm on mission to search for treasure, not just kind of like lay out on the beach and bask in the sun. So it's kind of hard to answer. Like, I mean, I guess you could call them vacations, but I guess technically they're not. Good night, Teresa. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, I know, Sawyer. I know a lot of the Canadian coins have iron cores? Yeah, I know some of the Canadian coins the modern ones sound terrible on a detector, like the quarters and stuff. Jason, yes, I'm getting back to videos. I've been putting out quite a bit. And I got more in the works too. I mean, how many did I do? I've done like 10 videos, 10 or 11 videos in the last month, right? I've been cranking out quite a bit. Slowed down a little bit after I did the daily vlogging thing for a while, but I am trying to get out at least on average about one a week right now. Why am I not wearing my glasses? Because I don't need them for close up. It's for long distance. If I put them on while I'm on the computer, it'll strain my eyes a little bit. I don't need them for close up. Mary said, I'd like to see all your rings you've dug again. Yeah, maybe I'll do a video in the future. But the next in the works is for collection stuff is definitely me going through all of my silver coins that I've dug up and putting them in albums. It's going to take a trip down memory lane too. And I will say the silver Roosevelt dime collection may be close to full. The Mercury dimes, I've knocked a lot out, except for I've even found some of the semi-key dates. I don't know how many I'm missing, but some of my collections are going to look really nice. I'm going to buy brand new albums. And Standing Liberty quarters should look good. Washington's will look decent. I know that it's been like 6 years I've been trying to find the last silver war nickel. I have found every war nickel except I think it's the 45D. I even found the rarest one, the 43D. But I'm missing one silver war nickel. It gets pretty patchy once I get back to the barber coins because I don't usually dig as many of those in my area, like the barber and seeded coins. So for now, the series that I'm planning on knocking out it's going to start with, well, I don't know what the first video is going to be, but the ones I'm going to knock out in the near future I'm going to do Mercury dimes, silver Roosevelt dimes, war nickels, Standing Liberty quarters, and silver Washington quarters. And then also I'll probably do Walking Liberty half dollars and Ben Franklin half dollars because I've actually found quite a bit of those. And then I'm going to save the barber coins for another time. And I've never found a silver Kennedy half dollar. So I can't start that album. I haven't found any, which is bizarre. For all of the locations I've looked at, you would think I would have randomly found like a 40% silver half dollar in the ground. Never have. Found a lot of Walking Liberty half dollars though. So yeah, those are I'm going to start with the more modern coins. And then I think I might do, because there's certain coins that I'll probably never find more than a few of, or one if I'm hopeful. I might do a type collection. Then I can put my Morgan dollar in it. And then like say like a nice barber half, right? A quarter, and then like a seeded coins. I might get one of the old type collection albums and put one of my best examples of each type of coin. I think that would be really awesome too. Then if I find something that I don't find a lot of, like say a 2-cent piece or 3-cent piece coins I never found, then maybe I can just put them in a typeset instead of doing a full album of those. Maybe I can try to make a really nice type collection too. So that's what I'm thinking. Most of the modern silvers that start around the 1910s, which would be the Mercury dimes, Standing Liberty quarters, and then the Walking Liberty half dollar. So all of the silver coins from like roughly the 1910s to the 1960s, I'd like to put those all in brand new albums. And then maybe for older coins, I still want to do the barber coins, the dimes, quarters, and halves. I'll probably get albums for those. But I have to buy older albums. They don't make like brand new albums for those types of coins unless you get the really elaborate albums. I just want the folders, like the ones that you push the coin in. Like you push the coins in and can't see the back. I just want to do the simple flip folders. So if I want to get flip folders for the barber coins, I got to go back to like the old Whitman albums or something like that. But for the newer silver ones, I think I'm going to do the Harris folders, which you can get for like $4 a piece. To me, the albums don't have to be like super elaborate. So I think I'm going to get a big stack of the Harris albums and then get some of the older Whitmans for the barber coins and then try to find a really old vintage type coin album. Because I like the old vintage albums too. Some of them I want new. Like I said, I want the newer silver to be in the new Harris folders. But for the older stuff, maybe I'll probably go with vintage coin folders that are really old ones. And that would be kind of intriguing as well. Oh, Dave said Hobby Lobby has them. I have to look, see how much they charge for them. I actually might pick them up. I found a guy that has them locally. I saw he was actually in the city I live in on eBay. He actually has the Harris folders. I might give the business just to a local eBay seller. I got to check the prices at Hobby Lobby, though. Smile Time Gift said, yep, I've got tons of 2023 halves. Yeah, unfortunately, with all the new halves they're dumping into circulation, that's probably going to be a thing going forward. All right, guys, I think I am going to go now. I'm going to get ready to go. I think I'm probably going to be doing some detecting tomorrow. Got to go get all this nasty wet cat smell off of me. And I got to do some stuff before I go to bed, and I don't want to get to bed too incredibly late tonight. It's almost 10 o'clock here. So I'm going to go. But thank you to the new members tonight. And yeah, thank you to the new members tonight. Thank you, Dave, for the super chat a little bit ago. And I guess that's going to be about it for now. But do plan on uploading some more videos soon. And when I can, I will pop on to do some live streams. So, yeah, thanks everyone for stopping by. And, oh, this was funny, right? I did say we're going to go back and do the subscriber of the month thing for when we do the streams. And there's 2 days left in the month. So hold on, I got to do this real quick. Oh, I don't have a piece of paper here. So Mustang Dave is subscriber of the month for 2 more days for a bargain for $1.99. Actually, wait, we'll give a minute for somebody to beat out Dave before I leave. We'll give 1 to 2 minutes if somebody wants to beat Dave's $1.99 super chat to be subscriber of the month for the last 2 days of 2023 before we roll into 2024. And you got to give somebody a chance to beat Dave because this is going to be a bargain. This is going to be the cheapest anybody's ever going to get it. And then in 2024, we're going to start all over. So it's kind of cool. This is kind of like to end out the year stream, too. I didn't realize, like, literally tomorrow is New Year's Eve. That's crazy. So this is a cool way to roll in 2024. We'll give everybody about 60 seconds if somebody wants to beat out Dave while I clean up here. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to go over. Oh, yeah, if anybody's, like, toward the end here, anybody that just came in, check out my booth at the Village Antiques. You can watch back earlier in the stream once it posts. This stream will be live. This stream will be available on YouTube after it ends. And I go over the details of the booth that I opened, the antique booth. And I explained a little bit what's going on with the coin hunting and the metal detecting and some other things. So if anybody wants to watch back the stream, got some info in it and a cool jewelry hunt that we did tonight. In recap, we did get a really nice sterling silver ring with cubic zirconia. I found this in a jar of jewelry that I bought for under $10. And I knew this was in there, and I had a feeling it was real, not a fake one. So this alone, like, paid off the entire buy. So like I said, we estimated, I ended up with probably about an easy $40 in resale worth of jewelry for about $9.50. So at least quadrupled. So it did pretty good. It was fun to go through on the stream. Like I said, if I pieced it all individually, we'd probably be closer to, like, you know, $55, $60, but I'm not piecing all this out individually. No way. Like I said, I'm probably going to keep the nice silver ring and or something because I don't want to. Yeah, I'm not doing like a display case for right now for my booth, so I'm not going to put out like smaller stuff like this that can obviously be stolen and slipped in somebody's pocket. Going to stay away from those types of items. So probably throw most of this back in the jar, except for a couple of the nice pieces I like, and then just let somebody else buy the jar if they want to go through it. All right, Dave. Nobody else super chatted. Looks like you're going to be the one. Hold on. Let me hold on here. I don't have a piece of paper. You're going to get on a piece of cardboard. Hold on. Where's my scissors? Here. This is going to be just for Dave. This is too funny. Let's get a Sharpie here. Oh, this does not write well on this cardboard. it'll have to do. There it is. Mustang Dave, $1.99. Actually, Dave, I guess you're a subscriber of the year because we haven't done this. This is the first subscriber, the first one of the year and the last one. But in 2024, hopefully we have a lot more streams. Here you go. Mustang Dave is in the display from the it's a Kmart relic. That is from a Kmart that went out of business. I saved American history with that sign. That's literally out of a local Kmart that went out. So that's literally that's one day that's going to be historic right there. I think I don't know what I paid for it. I don't know. $3, $4, $5. I don't remember. But that's a historic Kmart display right there. All right. Thanks everyone for watching. I'll see y'all next time.